We'd love to hear from you if you're tuning in live with us. And if you're listening to this on the podcast or some other place, come over and check us out on Instagram, because this is where we're going to be most active, or Facebook or LinkedIn, one of the social media channels, so you can join the conversation live with us. We go live if you're just tuning in with us for the first time, we're here every Wednesday and Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time to help you grow and catapult your spiritual business, especially if you're just starting out and you're wanting to really leverage your time, scale, increase your impact, increase your income, and create a freedom-based lifestyle. So if you're new to us, that's what we do. And if you've been here for a while, say hello so we can know that you're tuning in with us.
Yay. Yay. I love it, guys. Yeah, it's really fun. I love who we work with and just the visionaries, the dreamers out there. It's so fun because we're in such a time, we talk about this all the time, but we're in such a powerful time of really creating our reality and entrepreneurship in general, and just making it happen, because you get to design your life, and it's just fun because there's endless possibilities of what soul business can come about, because as we talk about, no one is you, right? No one can do what's on your soul to create. You are your own blueprint. So that's super fun to me, and it's great conversation. So yay, guys, welcome. Woo.
Yes, so we're just going to jump in here and share some messaging hacks for you guys. If you're an influencer, you're a personal brand, you're a spiritual coach or transformation coach, and you're primarily remote, which means you get to work all over the world and you get to work with clients from all over the world. This wasn't available to coaches, before the internet boom. And so obviously now I know a lot of even some of our clients that were running like brick and mortars or working more in their local scene prior to working with us
Mhm.
have obviously seen their business grow and catapult by using the online space as a gateway to billions of people, of which you don't need, you can, of which you want to be able to get in front of the right people. But
Mhm.
literally, when you open up your business online and you're no longer geographically specific to who you help, then we have clients from all over the world, and we want that for you too. But part of that really means being able to nail your messaging online so you can get in front of the right people. You have to have the right message in front of the right people in order for your business to grow. That's just bare bone basics for doing business, you guys. You have to get the right message in front of the right people. And of course, and especially in this business, as a personal brand where you are the
Mhm.
face, you are the brand, you have to come with your most full authentic expression as well. And that's a whole nother live stream. But people can sense your energy and pick up on
Mhm.
what you're putting out there. If you're really cookie cutter and you're trying to dance between the lines of some mold that you feel someone else has said, or like not step too far out of the
Mhm.
the lines of what is authentic for you, that's going to totally transfer in your messaging, you guys. So that being said, first off, that trumps all is your most authentic expression showing up online in your messaging, the way that you show up, whether that be in your writing or your videos or your audios or whatever. But we're going to get even a little bit more specific with
Mhm.
3 hacks today that you can tweak in your copy. Some of them are going to be in your copy. Um,
Mhm.
so we'll dive into this right now. And I would love for you to test this. And I would love for you to be honest about this if you're doing this, and then get back to us and tag us if you see any results, because I guarantee that if you really work this process, you will start to see shifts in what you are attracting for your online business.
Mhm. Mhm.
So without further ado, the first one is your soulmate client already knows they want to work with you. And the number one thing that we see spiritual entrepreneurs doing is talking to the people that don't know. So if your messaging is trying to convince somebody that they need, let's say, mentorship, or they need to invest in themselves, or they need to, if your messaging, I want you to be really crystal clear with who you're speaking to. Are you speaking to the person that knows, or are you speaking to the person that still has a lack mindset, that doesn't believe in investing, that you have to convince to take the next step? Because that's never going to work. That's never going to
Mhm.
work. And when you speak to your soulmate clients for your program right now, they already know they want to work with you. So when you think about like your copy and you're putting your copy out into the world, are you talking to the person that you have to convince? Or are you talking to the person that already knows that this is what's happening and they're ready to take the next step? That's totally different
Mhm.
vibe, totally different languaging, totally different words, totally different energy that you're going to
Mhm.
be required to show up with in order to speak to that person.
Yeah. And I want you guys to real quickly, like she said, try this, tag us, let us know how it goes. But can we feel just like understanding why, like the difference of, and pretend. Like I love that Sarah mentioned this. We're all about this. Even though you're behind the screen, energy it transfers, right? So we like to encourage, obviously, and you guys know this if you're spiritual entrepreneurs or if you've been doing this for a while, like get in that space, right? But more importantly, put yourself, kind of like some Neville Goddard work, in the end. Can we feel the difference between like what Sarah said, efforting and it's a fine balance of being excited to, work with someone, but we have to take it on the other side of that. So you have Sally, let's just call her Sally. You could either write your copy as Sally who's about to sign, or picture yourself. This is so fun. Your next post call to action, picture yourself. You just signed Sally. It's the connections there, the energy's there. It feels so effing good. What would your next post after just signing Sally be? You would probably, obviously have the excitement, but it'd be a more set in stone, declaring what she is. She followed through. She answers her hell yes. She's a leader. She's a divine light, all this stuff compared to right before signing Sally. Does that make sense? That little tweak can be, oh, so, I just get so excited. Yes, we got some hearts. That little tweak can be everything. So play with that. And it's so slight, but it makes massive catapulting difference. Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
that is no,
Yeah.
that's a great example because the energy behind if you're like looking to enroll your first client and you're going to come from a different energy than if you already did, right?
Hmm.
And if you're coming from that previous energy that Vanessa's alluding to, you're going to attract a totally different type of person to your messaging. So this is about the energetics behind it just as much, which is why we teach both strategy and energetics. This is so key. You want to be able to tap into that place within yourself that already knows your client knows they want to work with you. The reason that you wouldn't be tapping
Hmm.
into that and you wouldn't be talking to the person that already knows is because you don't freaking know that your client already knows they want to work with you. And so if you're coming from this scarcity mindset or you're coming from this lack energy or you're coming from this, where's the next client coming from? I better post this message. Guess what's going to come out? You're going to come out trying to convince somebody of taking the next step. And that energy of trying to convince somebody because you're feeling the lack or the void because you're not coming from the place that already knows your clients are out there and they're ready for you. If you could just show up in your confidence, your sacred confidence in your light and know this, the people that are meant to receive your message would be able to receive it, but you're actually like pushing them away with your energy when you show up wishy-washy with your messaging coming from either a desperate place or a place of feeling like you need to convince or a place of like, oh my god, where are they, I need to go find them, or
Hmm.
you can't find you can't find what's lost, right? If you already feel like they're not there, they're not there. And if your message is exuding this because you're trying to find them or you're trying to convince them, all
Hmm.
you're going to do, here's what's going to happen. You're going to push away the soulmate clients that are actually ready to work with you. If you could just show up in your freaking power and know,
Hmm.
and you're going to call in what I love to call tire kickers. I'm just going to call a spade a spade. You're going to you're going to call in all the freebie seekers and all the people, all the do-it-yourselfers and all the people that would rather, which is really just more of a trauma response than anything. Like, I've got to do it all on my shoulders. I got to do it all. I can't hire help. Nobody can support me. I have to do it all myself. You're going to attract the people that need that convincing or need or are in that energy, and you're going to attract the people that don't that are just going to heart your stuff all the time. They might follow you, they might heart your stuff, but they will never buy from you. They will never enroll in your program. They will be on your newsletter list maybe, but they will never buy because they were always going to be in the mindset of, well, I'm going to do this myself. You're going to attract in those, that's what we call them, tire kickers, whatever. They're people that take up space in your area with no intention to ever purchase from you. And this isn't to say that you can't call in people that need to hear from you or nurture over time. That's part of your job, is to show up in your power consistently so that you can build trust and authority over time, even though it doesn't take time for them to trust you. You could literally, if you go back and watch our live stream on Vanessa's platform from Wednesday, the sales cycle can be 24 to 72 hours, you guys. Most of our clients don't know us 3 days ago, and our clients don't know them 3 days ago. They are new, cold people walking into their world, falling in love with them in less than 72 hours and investing in their premium program. Why is that? How is that happening? It's not because they're convincing them to buy. These people are like, please take my money. I want to work with you. They're not convincing them they need to buy. They're jumping through hoops to make it happen. They are finding ways to get the financing. They are asking their friends to loan them some money if they need to. Like, they're doing whatever they need to do to make it happen for themselves because they want it that bad. Why?
Mhm.
Is it because you're posting out ways to try to convince them that they need this? No, that's never going to work. All it's going to do is push the people that really do want to work with you away and call
Mhm.
in all the people that will watch your videos and watch your masterclass and try to reverse engineer everything that you're doing, or try to funnel hack your
Mhm.
system and just try to figure it out and piece it together themselves, and then go take the burden on their
Yeah.
own shoulders and try to figure it out. The do-it-yourselfers are the consumers out there that don't believe in investing and don't see how they can grow if they actually
Mhm.
invest in themselves. Think about this for a second. They don't see how, if they could just invest in themselves, either mentally, emotionally, energetically, or financially, they could actually move the needle so much quicker in their business. But because
Yeah.
they fail to do that, they get stuck doing it themselves, and then they create a cycle for themselves, because that leads to burnout, that leads to overwhelm, that leads to having to make every single mistake yourself, which actually takes your journey of building a successful business, and now makes it so much longer than it needs to
Mhm.
be. And so then the overwhelm and all the things kick in, and then the doubt, and then the thing, and then it all circles back, and then the frustration, and they just keep themselves caught in this loop because they don't see the value in investing in
Mm.
themselves.
And
So
that
yeah, go
I was
ahead.
just gonna
Yeah.
say, I love this girl. It's so good. And can we just close the gap? Like, what would happen if we all just like got our confidence on, put our head, like our forward thinking hat on, and just close the gap? Because really, it's a waste of effing time. Like what Sarah is saying. Whereas if we just showed up in our authentic self, try it, do it. Like it's a waste of time, because not only are you missing out on your soulmate clients who are ready and want to invest in you by pushing them away, but they're also missing out because it's mutually beneficial. Like we always talk about your soulmate clients, it's mutually beneficial. And I got a hands down say, I know Sarah feels the same way. Like anyone in the coaching industry or online business space, like I have chills right now. It's those little nuances. Like, yes, the program will be great, but it's those little nuances, those little moments that only happen when the person fully invests. And like that, it's like that bond that happens and sparks. And then after that, it's like the nuances that happen throughout the program or throughout the time together that just like make your soul light up with fire for each of you. And then that ripples out into the world. Do we see how powerful and impactful this is when you
Mhm.
beautifully get your shit together, get out of the fear, like start showing up from the end and start proclaiming your worth, knowing your worth, and allowing this to happen? It's really that simple and
Mhm.
powerful. Whew. So good.
Mhm.
So good.
Yay. So is this making sense? Just to recap, you guys. Speaks
Hmm.
to the person that knows, that's ready to invest in themselves. Stop talking to the tire kickers that just want to do it themselves and that need convincing. That's going to totally change the game with your messaging. Get into the energy where you already know your client knows, and speak from that place. Speak from
Hmm.
that confidence, because it has to be energetically aligned as well. It can't just be a strategy that you're posting out there and you don't feel it and you don't know it in your core and in your bones and in your heart and in your soul. So get into the energetic alignment within yourself so that you can authentically show up in that manner in your videos or in your posts or whatever it is that you're doing.
Yeah.
Yay. So the
I
second one
love
we're going
that.
to, yeah, it's so
It's so
powerful, you
good.
guys. And we want to hear if you try
Yeah.
these, or if these resonate, tag us, let us
Yes.
know on anything, on the results that happen when you start to shift this in your messaging.
And not if, like when, today. I really really want to, I'm like your like accountability encouraging queen, but like today, you guys, like smart business people that really want and have a desire to scale, like you can't, like from this moment forward, I don't care if you messed up in the past, from this moment forward in your business, what can you do from this very moment forward? Anytime you see this, you listen. From this moment forward, don't look back, you move forward to scale. Right? There is no winning or losing or failing. It's literally winning or learning. Those are your two options, which if you're smart, you know that. And I know you're smart. You guys are epic. So from this moment forward, forgive everything past and you move forward powerfully. Integrate what we're saying and let it show you how well it works for you. Yes.
Mhm.
I'm like pointing.
Yay.
Yes. My finger.
So let's dive into another one that maybe isn't so obvious as well, because we want to give you just like some really good tips here, you guys. Another one is speak to the results in your messaging, the results that you get in your program. And the reason is because we see a lot of spiritual entrepreneurs providing inspirational posts, or really pretty posts, and their business is really pretty or they're really inspiring, and you know what happens? They show up and they say, "Everyone loves my energy. I put out such great energy, but nobody's sales are crickets. What's going on?" You know? And part of this is because inspiration is going to be part of your messaging. You're going to want to inspire people and emotionally connect with them. That's just like one piece of it. You can inspire people, and again, they will love your posts and they will give you hearts, but they will never buy from you because they don't know what problem you solve. Point blank. Like that's it. They don't know what problem you solve. They don't know how you can help them. It's not about you. It's not about you inspiring them. It's about, can this person solve my problem that I have right now, which just happens to be and better be the transformational part of your program. That problem that you solve in your program that we help you build, if this is something, whether it's, you know, whatever you have, whether you have whatever, we didn't touch on that. Obviously, Vanessa and I help you scale with a premium program. If you've been following us for a while, you already know that. If not, and you're new to us, well, that's what we help you do, is we help you create a premium transformational program that gets results, epic results. You need to speak to those results. Can you put out inspirational posts? Yes. But if that's all you do is you put out inspirational posts or even educational posts, and you really don't speak to the results that you get, people will love you, but they will never buy from you, and you will have a very pretty and broke business online.
Oof. Can we encourage, can we put this in here too? You know, a lot of times you beautiful spiritual entrepreneurs are so beautifully empathic. You're so great souls. I really want to step up the celebrating. So many times we see too, like we'll get a great win, like, oh my God, share that with the world. Sharing and putting that front facing is not, is that your dog?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't know what's
No,
happening.
they're so cute. I love it so much. Hey, see, they agree. They're so excited. Celebrate your wins. Hey, celebrate your results. Hey, girls.
Yeah, they're silly.
No, I love it. This is so fun. This is so important because I really want, especially, we are all about, you know, just empowering each other, but also it's that sacred confidence, knowing your worth and front facing, not being scared to show that, because people need to feel and see that. So I want to, again, this is like our accountability, our lesson slash accountability slash integration um, session today. But you have, let's say you have a great client win or a great testimonial or something. Share that, and there's a way, again, back to the energy. You can do it from a humble serving space, but you boldly, confidently, in your truth, you share that front facing. Why? It does two things. It, one, subconsciously reaffirms your worth for the program that came to and through you, which is awesome. And then it allows other people to see that so that they can get their hearts sparked to follow through too. So I hope that came out right. But share that, you
Yeah,
guys. We see so many times like there's amazing wins and people are apprehensive to front facing show that or celebrate. We are so about, that's part of the feminine energy. Part of the
mhm.
feminine energy. Celebrate your wins. Share that front facing. It is so beneficial, mutually beneficial for everyone involved, and very, very crucial to do. So,
Yeah,
tip number
celebrate your
two.
wins,
Yeah.
celebrate your successes. Are you showcasing the successes online for your clients, for your potential clients to see, for the people that are watching you? So speaking to the results that you've gotten in your own life, speaking to the results you've helped your clients achieve, sharing your social proof, and you know, really what we call the authority conversion pathway in Sacred Leader Academy, which is going to be part of the next step that I'm going to share with you here in a second. But this is actually rolls into this, sharing your story. Your story is also going to help you highlight yourself as an authority online. So what we see when we say, but just to backtrack so we don't get off track, when I see people not speaking to the results, what instead they are speaking to is the process. And
Mhm.
don't speak, nobody cares how many Zoom calls you have. Like, oh, it's going to have X amount of Zoom calls. It's going to have an activation. It's going to have a meditation, and it's going to have a this and a that. Sign up or DM me, you know, whatever your call to action is. That's not getting anybody any warm, fuzzy, sexy feelings about your program. And it's not going to get anybody off the fence. Like, so what I see the mistake happening a lot is speaking more to the process than the results themselves. So really you want to speak to the results that you've achieved for yourself, even if you're brand new and you haven't done it yet for other people. You're a natural walking teacher healer in your life. I can guarantee it. If you're resonating with us, you've been doing this a long time, and A lot of our clients don't even recognize that they have a program in them until we help them extract that. They feel it bubbling up, but they can't put their finger on it, right? Once you get that and it is rooted in something that you've already come full circle in, and you've already started to help other people with, or you've already achieved this within yourself so that you can help other people with it, you want to be able to speak to that. So speaking to the process and speaking what's included in your program or what's included in your services or how often you're going to meet with them, that's going to repel people that actually want to take action. And here's why. Just to summarize this really fast for you, just so you can, the masculine energy in us is the one that wants the results. That's the part of us that's driven. That's the part of us that takes action. That's the part of us that wants to move the needle, that wants to get the results. The masculine energy in us that takes out their credit card to pay you, that's what takes out their credit card to pay you and enroll in the program and take that action and take that next step. In order for that energy to kick in and be activated, it really wants to know the results that you're going to be able to get. It's very results oriented. It's very results oriented. So you want to be able to start speaking this into and weaving this into your messaging. Stop talking about the process, speak about the transformation, speak about the results, share your social proof, and celebrate your wins and your clients' wins. Be very, like Vanessa said, owning of that, right? And come from an authentic place, of course, which sort of piggybacks into, as I'm saying this, there's way more than 3 messaging hacks we could give you, but we'll just summarize with a third one here, because we teach this also inside Sacred Leader Academy, and that is really sharing your own branding stories. And this is for 2 reasons. One of the biggest belief systems that your potential clients are going to have when they're watching you is that it's really good for you, but not for them. They're going to think they have some kind of unicorn syndrome where things don't work for them. And so when they can see you in your, coming through your own journey with your own story, they know 2 things: that A, you've already been there, done that. So it highlights you as an authority within your own niche, within your own transformation, which you are. And it also knocks you off the pedestal that you're not some superhuman superhero over here, Wonder Woman, that can't relate to them and their situation and what they've been going through. So everything that you've gone through to get you to where you are now is being used for good. Your stories, the ones that you hide from or the ones you don't want to share, the embarrassing things you've grown through, all the things, they all come for full circle and get to be used for good as you pay it forward, actually, to help someone else that's going through that come through that in a more easy way, or more at peace, or more in flow, or basically shortening their learning curve. So for example, if you've been following me for a while, you may or may not know that I had to file bankruptcy back in my 30s after the foreclosure crisis. Sharing that story used to give me so much anxiety that it would make me sick, because I would have so much shame around it, so much anxiety around it, because I was out there while most of my friends were partying, I was investing in real estate above and beyond my means at the time. And it ended up biting me when the real estate market crashed. And so it is what it is. But that story, being able to come full circle and start, being a 6-figure earner and then quitting my real estate career and launching into my passion business. When I used to share that story, it gave me so much anxiety. I used to also hide the fact that I was a real estate agent, that I was moving into spiritual entrepreneurship. Now, this is part of my brand. Everybody knows that I'm merging spirituality, entrepreneurship, and business together. And here I was hiding that I was a businesswoman for over a decade and a half prior to even launching this. And so sometimes it's the stories even that, and I've shared so many others, and I know Vanessa has too, that are vulnerable, that allow people to get a peek into your world that oftentimes you're shaming yourself for, that will help your audience resonate with you the most. And this doesn't mean that having an authentic brand and being transparent means full disclosure and you don't have privacy. I don't believe in that. You don't need to tell everybody everything about your life. But if you're not getting authentically open and vulnerable online and sharing your story, no one's going to be able to really connect with you on a real level. There's a reason why everybody knows Oprah has stories. Tony Robbins has stories. Everybody has heard Tony Robbins talk about the bathtub and his mother and things like that. Everybody knows that Gabrielle Bernstein used to be a junkie, used to be addicted to substances or whatever. Like, Why are her sharing her authentic story allows people to connect with her on a deeper level and gives her purpose and her mission more context,
Yeah.
more depth than if you were just showing up and saying, "Hey, I'm a healer, buy from me so I can help you with your stuff."
Yeah.
Do you see how that has zero depth, that has zero context, that
Mhm.
has zero connection, that has zero authentic vulnerability, transparency to it? It's not
Mhm.
highlighting you as an expert or an authority through
Yeah.
your own journey that you've grown through. It's just like, "Hey, I'm online now. I'm open for business. Come work with me." And nobody knows, nobody, you're not connecting with anybody in that way.
Yeah. You know what's cool too? This is just quickly coming up, and it's so beautiful because we talk about, especially with Sacred Leader Academy, and just if you are, resonate with us, like your soul business, if you're a soulpreneur, a spiritual entrepreneur, your business, like it's soul for a reason. It's such an intimate part of you, and it's so beautiful. And so ask yourself a couple of things. One, why haven't you been more authentic and transparent and vulnerable, right? And two, I want to bring this up quickly. Sarah mentioned it before, but like if you feel the call to share it, just focus on that intuition nudging you forward and be unattached to it, because you don't know, like, and like Sarah was saying, I'll give you one quick example. I had shared this a while ago, just a personal little post or whatever, and not much like comments or even likes, but I get this email from a woman that had somehow found my email or something, and she had written this long message, like a whole page message on how whatever brought her to read that post at that time moved her to her core, and she was literally about to like commit suicide. And that post just like something ignited her. And this was not front, like no one has even known about this until not me just sharing it. But and just relating it back to business, like you have no idea. I have children now, how something is going to affect someone, because when we trust the universe, and the universe has all the components lining out. But that's why Sarah and I teach you, especially, with our curriculum in this business and your soul business, you don't know why you're meant to post or share or let something come through you. And you don't have to. Like source knows that and knows all the linking pieces to put all, it's like a puzzle that's all tied together. But when we, and I see it so much, we hear it from our clients too, you instantly have that feeling, that call, you're about to post or share. And then what happens? The beautiful algorithm of social media puts someone else similar, of course, in front of you. And what happens? You back it up. You don't post it. And that person that was meant to see it, or that next soulmate client that had been praying for you to share your heart and relate and connect, can't see it. So can we see what a disservice it is when we get in our own stinking head and our fears and we hide behind our sabotage? That's why I'm so honored. SLA is the foundation for you guys to break these sabotagings and boldly step out of imposter syndrome, step out of imposter syndrome, all these things that hold us back. That's why it's so important to us, because when you do that and you get that in your cells, and that's your lifestyle and that's your habits, like it's the sky's the limit with how much you can create, how far you can go, how much you can scale. Do we see how important this is? So this is
Oh my
why
God.
I love it. Like I have full blown chills right now, and this is why, part of
Yeah.
Sarah and I's mission, but this is why it is so important. This is why, and feel this, tap into that. It goes so beyond you in that one post. It really, like, there's so many moving parts that we can't even sense, you guys, but just trust. It is there. It
Yeah,
really
this
is.
is so good. And it's so good that, because this really is part of that process that we talk about in module 3, which is multidimensional marketing, which marries the two together, your authentic story with divine guidance that you're being called and inspired to share. It doesn't have to be some big, even big blown out story. It could just be whatever you're being called to share, being able to take action on that. And of course, not shying away from your own experience, because you were gifted those experiences. You were gifted those experiences as a teacher, healer, and light worker to grow through them and to shine a light on for others now that you've gone through the step through the fire and come out the other side.
Mhm.
And when you own that instead of shying away from it, and you allow that to get merged with the spirit, opening up what we refer, the high priestess channel within you, and really stepping into that high priestess path where you are the channel and the vessel, allowing it to come through you, and you marry those two together. This is what makes your magnetic messaging, magnetic copy.
Mm,
Soul centered, heart centered, magnetic messaging that goes beyond your business or a post or a strategy. It's none of those things. It's all of those things and none of those things simultaneously, just like life. But this is
mm,
what you have to be able to surrender and trust and have surrender and trust into.
mm. So good.
Yay. So if you guys
Yes.
are resonating, please reach out to us. Let us know if this resonated with you. We love to hear if it did, or if it didn't, and you have, we love to hear that too. We're open to any questions or comments. We want to hear them. And if you want to take the next step with us, then the link for the masterclass, let me pop that in here. I think I'll pop it in the chat box while we're closing up. You can find it in our Instagram bio, on Vanessa and I's Instagram bio. You can also find it in the link in the show notes. If you're listening to this on the podcast, you can find it above or below the video if you're on YouTube, LinkedIn, or Facebook. And I'm popping it in the, oops, I'm going to pop it in the chat box for you guys too. So if you're live with us or you're watching this on the replay, it's very convenient for you to just pop in and find the masterclass, which is where we help you not only come into alignment with your mission and activate your highest destiny on planet Earth right now. Literally, that's what we help you do. We help you activate your mission and what it is that your soul is calling you to create in this lifetime. That in and of itself is really powerful, and there's huge transformations that take place in order for that to happen. But we're also going to teach you the quickest, fastest, easiest, most streamlined way to build a profitable, aligned magnetic business online,
Mhm.
so you can start hitting 5-figure months in your business and actually take it from side hustle to something that you can really grow with and then expand from there. So if this is
Yes.
resonating with you, watch that masterclass, and the next step after that would be to take advantage of the free impact assessment, which is also accessible when you opt in, right below the
Mhm.
masterclass. If it
Boom.
resonates, you guys, and if it doesn't, it doesn't, and that's fine too. But if it does
So good.
resonate, we're here for the next step.
I love it. And a year from today, you're going to wish you watched it and took our free impact call today. So just start.
Yeah,
Just
that's
do it.
actually, yeah.
All right.
Just
So
start,
fun.
just do it. Yep.
Awesome, guys. So, so fun today.
Bye.
Wow.
Happy
Just got
Friday.
my hand. I love you guys. Bye.
Bye. Bye.